Winter looming, some earthquake-hit farmers in North Canterbury are urgently looking at how to get temporary accommodation onto their properties. Many farming families say they can't pack up and leave while quake repairs are carried out because the farm isn't just their livelihood, it's their home, or vice versa. Maya Burry begins her report with North Canterbury farmer Richard Wilding at his red-stickered farm home.
These are sleep-out rooms. There's no one in them, luckily, but these sliding glass doors went inwards onto the bed, so had you been in there it would have been a pretty spooky experience trying to get out. You can see these walls have got cracks running all through them, and it's a pretty big failure here. Really.
Richard Wilding and his wife are now living in the cottage they usually lend to workers on the farm because their home is damaged beyond repair. Mr Wilding is an optimist and says things could be far worse, but one of the biggest challenges they now face is an accommodation shortage.
We're pretty jolly lucky because we had a house at the end of the garden we could shift into, and admittedly we had to do a bit of work to get in there, and it does make it very tight for help on the farm because we've got nowhere for them to stay. We put people up the Cheviot pub and things, but it's just the normal now. It's just what we're doing.
Mr Wilding is one of about 40 farming families with a quake-damaged property that has expressed interest in the government's offer to buy temporary housing units no longer needed in Christchurch. The government's price tag is $25,000 each, excluding relocation costs of about $30,000. A spokesperson for the North Canterbury Rural Support Trust, Sarah Barr, says while a large number of farmers are interested, others have decided to stay in damaged homes while they wait for repairs or are making do with basic accommodation.
There were around 40 that expressed an interest initially in these Rabbity units. There are up to 20 that are going to continue with the process. There are a number of others that I'm aware of living in caravans.
Ms Barr says farmers need to get suitable housing sorted urgently before the cold sets in.
When the quake happened in November, the one sort of saving grace for a lot of them was thinking, well, we've got summer. Well, we're now in March and they don't have the luxury of time anymore. So it's urgent now, and I guess the urgency is perhaps driving some other creative thinking around what their solutions might be.
Another North Canterbury farmer, Hamish Pavey, can't get a temporary unit because it's impossible to shift one onto his remote farm, about 50 kilometres north of Cheviot. He has accepted it's going to be a cold winter.
For us particularly, if we could get one in here, it would cost the best part of $100,000, say, and we'd have to take that out of our insurance payment. And so we're actually probably better off to use a bit of Sally's No More Gaps and a few doors and a few cracks. Do that, and it'll be cold, and we're probably fully aware of that, but put $100,000 into the new house.
The Ministry of Business, Innovation and Employment says some of those registered for the temporary housing offer are still in the process of verifying their eligibility. It says the units will be transported as soon as site suitability is confirmed and individual sales are finalised. For Checkpoint, Maya Burry.